And we are back in Psycholonials. I am recording this reasonably early, well, early in the morning for me. In the morning, so I'm still working through my first cup of coffee here, so I will be slowly waking up while I'm recording this. And delicious. So here we are, the police are finally showing up at our house. Let's see what goes. Abby, why are the police here? Oh God, Abby, you can't tell them I'm here. What? Why? Because they're looking for me. That's definitely why they're here. I wonder why. They finally started snooping around my social media and they connected me with you and... God damn it, I should have known this would happen. Yeah. Z, what did you do actually? Does this have to do with the Bitcoin stuff? Oh, no. No, not at all. It's worse. I just have to hide. I'm going out back to the horse barn. Please just get rid of them. Abby, I'll explain everything later. Oh, and thank you for not explaining it, beforehand. The horse barn? No, just stay in my room. Please, don't do anything stupid. I can handle this. No, I can't be in here. What if they have a warrant? I need to hide. Tell them it's unconstitutional to search a woman's horse barn. First of all, it's a stable, not a barn. I also don't think that's even true. Sure it is, just like, keep mentioning the Constitution. The Constitution protects your rights as a horse owner. Just say that until they fucking go away. I'm not talking about the Constitution with the fucking cop. If they don't have a warrant, I'll just make them go away. I'll say I haven't seen you in a while. Then can you tell me what's actually going on? Yeah, sure, just get rid of those fucking cops. Run. To the horse barn. Standing in a horse barn barefoot. Wonderful ideas. You keep an eye out to make sure the police go away. Sure enough, they drive off after what seems like an eternity. Looks like Abby got the job done. They're just going to be able to check her social media and be like, oh yeah, you did that whole clown face painting thing. Like, an hour ago. And she's mad. Uh-oh. I did a fucky walkie. Okay, the cops are gone. I think you have some explaining to do. I can explain. Yes. Maybe you can start with your car. Why they found it near a dead cop. I was going to tell you about what happened that night, but I couldn't bring myself to. We were having a good time, and I didn't want to ruin everything by talking about dead cops, and all that shit I went through that night was, traumatic. Okay, it sounds like you went through something terrible, like, killing a cop. So, let's just slow it down. I'm not mad you didn't tell me, I promise. But please, just tell me everything, because obviously I'm involved now. I need to know everything so we can figure out what to do. Yeah, that's fair. Well, the bottom line is, I shot a cop. Here she is singing, oh, come over and, have a grand time. Oh, grand, gay old time, grand old time, kind of mix that together. Anyway, what? You said you'd be cool. Okay, I will be, but holy shit. When? Was this the night you came over soaking wet? Yeah. Oh God. And the fucking bullet hole. That was a cop bullet. God damn it, I knew that was all fishy. Lamau, you've been lying your ass off about all this. Spinning all these crazy stories about how you shot your own manifesto like it was some manic creative episode when you were just covering up a cop killing. Please don't be mad at me. You said you wouldn't be mad. Wow, what a let's see, manipulative relationship they have going on here. I'm not mad, I'm just losing it. I would all It would all be kind of funny if it weren't so serious. So, if I'm understanding right, you actually tried to drive to my house that night, even though you were drunk and I told you not to do that. Ooh, it's the lies and the deception that hurt the most. You crashed somewhere and a cop came by and then he shot at you? Yeah, why? I was trying to grab my manifesto and I think he thought I was reaching for a gun. So I started mouthing off at him and he fired, so I jumped on him and I guess I kinda wrestled him for a bit. Jesus Christ. And anyway, I got his gun and shot him a bunch of times. I don't regret it because he was a piece of shit and deserved it. Yeah, so I'm still not really. Then you got a ride to my place? No, the cop's dash cam probably recorded me, so I took the police car and drove it into the ocean. Oh my fucking god. The puddle. Why, you sneaky bitch. Lol. But yeah, I got an Uber from the wharf after that. Then I kept meaning to tell you, but I could never bring myself to. I just wanted to forget about it, really. You know, those dash cams, I mean, depending on what they're recording on, I mean, they can survive being dunked into the water, possibly. Although I think the salt in the water is probably going to be a bigger problem for it than the water itself, but who knows. I guess I can't blame you. It sounds horrifying. Well, it was. For the pig bastard I shot. Damn, I really need some time to process all this. Wait, the cops showed me a picture of some guy. They asked me if I've ever seen him before. Oh, shit. That was probably Percy. Percy? The simp I was fucking with before I went out that night. Why did you have that guy's picture? Why do they have that guy's picture? Because I gave it to them. See? I know, I was stupid. I called 911 to report my car stolen to set up an alibi, sorta. And they kept asking fucking questions, so I panicked and said he was my ex-boyfriend. I shouldn't have, though. It was the one mistake I made in an otherwise flawless cover-up. Lol, flawless, sure. You should probably tell him he's been implicated in a crime. I've been thinking about it. But if I couldn't bring myself to tell you, imagine how I feel dealing with him. Also, whatever I say to him, I might just be incriminating myself. I need to think about it more. You also, couldn't have picked a worse possible time to be a fugitive. You just launched a whole social media brand and have a ton of new followers. In fact, that's almost certainly how they connected you with me. I know it is. That's why they came to your house. I'm sorry. See, you really are such a spectacular fucking disaster. Oh no! I know, God. I'm a complete fuck up, and I'm really scared about all this. I don't know what to do except, keep fighting. I think that's what I've been pushing so hard with, all this brain. Why I've been pushing so hard with all this brain shit. Why? To fight? Yeah. I don't want to cower. Not from the people who hate me, not from my past, not from the fucking police. Guess this is the only way I know how. That sort of makes sense. It's pretty risky though. But it's not like any of this was really your fault. You were just defending yourself. Yeah, but they won't see it that way if they catch me. Of course not. Well, yeah, because I don't think it will count as self-defense. But don't worry, I won't let them catch you. Just stay in my house until we can get this blow over somehow. But from now on, we shouldn't stream or make content together. No. And now she's an accomplice, after the fact. And don't make it obvious you're posting content out of my house. We can't give the cops any reason to think you're hiding here. Haha, you actually think I should keep working on my brand? Of course I do. You're doing great so far. The Jubilite stuff is crazy. Weird. A lot of my fans are really clicking with it. Plus, We're only getting warmed up with our pranksis efforts. Lol, yeah. It would be a shame to pull the plug on that now. Your parents are on the ropes. When all this is said and done, what difference is a little more crime gonna make? In for a penny, right? In for a billion. Only a billion? Pfft, that's chicken feed number. Ha 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 ha, I've been training you too well. I just want to see you give up. I just don't want to see you give up. It would suck so much to let this shitty incident defeat you when you were the one who was attacked. Just keep following your vision. I'll do everything I can to protect you. Alright. I'll keep fighting. Good. What's next on the Jubilite agenda? I was going to post the next chapter soon. This is where the dogma starts getting dicey. Lol, dicier than Pranksis? Well, not legally dicey. I mean socially. It's entering the arena of weird gender shit. Kinda skirting the edges of whatever I was ranting about when I got myself fucking cancelled during my nuclear meltdown. Oh no. It should be fine though. I think this is all actually good shit. And fuck the haters anyway. I think the brand is beyond cancellation at this point. They can try their worst, but it all just goes into the discourse machine now. I'll use it to my advantage to keep business booming. That's what I like to hear. I'm excited to see it. When does it drop? I'll still need to walk everybody through Pranksis. That's a whole fucking thing, as you know. It certainly is. But maybe in a week, they'll be ready for the real truth bombs. Haha, great. I'm happy to hear you have a plan. I was really rattled by the police stuff, but I think we can work through... I think if we work together, we can get this under control. Yeah! Let's just try to forget about all this for today. It's really upsetting hearing about what happened to you. The horses. It's fine. I'm benefiting from the healing vibes of Dave Hoof and the true MVP of this outfit. Hahaha, yes, he sure is. One week later. I was expecting that to go automatically. Another week slips by like it's nothing. The passage of time is helpless against the momentum of your brand. The march towards 1 million followers is as inexorable as it is captivating. Even Abby, with her vast following, is taken aback by your rapid rise. You may have captured lightning in a bottle, which is hard to explain. Could it be the intrinsic allure of clowns, the socialistic demagoguery, your unique flavor of showmanship, or your ability to manipulate discourse and controversy for your benefit? It is still just a matter of riding Abby's multi-million follower coattails, or maybe it's just plain pandemic-driven boredom juicing the numbers. No one seems to have the answer, but it's hard to argue with the results. Few have taken to the Jubilite lifestyle with more gusto than Abby herself. In the previous week, she has unveiled her new clown sona to uproarious acclaim. Apple Pie is a hit, and her clown sona posts are getting higher levels of engagement than even she's used to. Something peculiar is going on, which wasn't supposed to happen. Her following is spiking right along with yours. She began at around 3 million, and now it's sitting at 3.5. There's unanticipated synergy between your two brands, which lends something to the claim that you aren't just coasting off her clout anymore. She's starting to get a boost from yours as well. Peter Griffin enthusiast. I ship Zapple Pie, to be honest. Jeffrey Jubilite. All I see here is queen shit. Clown fan. Blah blah blah. We eatin' good with all this serve. That Gerald, just a bunch of fires and clowns and claps. Now that she's figured out radical clown energy is nearly as good for business as fashionably standing certain K-pop groups, She continues hyping your brand with all the more enthusiasm. Pranksis Life Hacks. Your public listens on Pranksis are a hit as well. Stories of the fandom's implementation of these ideas has begun to circulate, which is becoming a form of content unto itself. Abby's been doing a masterful job of convincing her parents it's all just part of their ploy to own the gullible libs, driving clicks and taking their money. Anyone eavesdropping on her calls with her parents now would be hard-pressed to tell her apart from a staunch Republican. She gives all credit to her mom and dad for training her too well on how to sound like them. But tonight, you prepare for something completely different. It has nothing to do with financially subverting the wealthy in a playful manner. You're now delving into the part of your manifesto which engages with your delicate politics of various social constructs. The delivery requires a deft touch, so you take some time to revisit the material before going live with it. Everything is further complicated by the fact that you need to keep a low profile. You set up a streaming studio in the other wing of Abby's house, never doing anything to indicate the two of you are in the same building. If you don't even use her Wi-Fi in case they get clever and subpoena Instagram for tracing purposes or whatever it is they can do. You only stream through your phone's wireless data plan, which is what you're preparing to do right now, as it happens. So if you've basically vacated your, apartment, those data plan, they can still, find out exactly what tower it is your cell phone is connected to, so it's not that anonymous, so. And plus, after a month, you gotta pay your bills, and if you pay it the old school way, your bill gets sent to your house, but if you pay it, by a credit card or whatever, if you're a suspect, they can, cancel your cards, they can, cancel anything to kind of, force you out of hiding, but good luck. My point is, using your cell phone is not like some instant anonymizer. Hardly. Are you almost ready to stream? Almost. Just brushing up on all this first. Also, I need to release the chapter itself, which I'll do in a minute. I've gotten so antsy to see how everyone will react to new stuff. Yeah, you've turned into a real discourse dumpster diver. Well, it's all a lot more interesting than the discourse my brand usually gets. Your discourse just revolves around, the fact that you're hot and how good or bad your opinions were on K-pop. I think the occasional horse girl fight would erupt. Side. Yeah, I notice you've been dolled up in your clown Sona paint a lot more often lately too, even in your posts. I love my clown Sona. Not that I'm complaining, but it seems like my brand has completely hijacked yours at this point. The Jubilite cultural hegemony is truly a force to be reckoned with. Sure, it seems that way. All I know is I'm just having a lot more fun with putting your thing in the spotlight than what I was doing before. I think my whole influencer routine was getting a little stale, to be honest. Nothing like a ton of outrageous clown propaganda to liven things up. I'm proud to have fully indoctrinated you. No matter what happens from now on, I'll consider you my greatest conquest. Wow. Okay, I just posted a new shit. Let's wait a little while for that to make the rounds, then I'll start streaming. Do you want to, rehearse your message or anything? I usually just wing it the moment I start streaming. Feels more real that way. Maybe we could talk about it anyway, so it's fresh in your mind. Sure, what do you want to talk about? Well, I read the chapter, and I've mainly been wondering how serious you are about this. About what? Clown gender. Abby, I'm dead fucking serious about clown gender. Lol, I can totally believe you. I personally think it's interesting and all, but I think that a lot of people will probably think you're joking, or trivializing a delicate subject. Of course they will. That's good, actually. It will help drive discourse and pull more people in, but the theoretical foundation of clown gender are theoretical foundations of clown gender are totally solid. I think most of our fans will start caping for the idea, especially the simps. Naturally, you can always count on the simps for a strong base of support. I fully expect the simps to start identifying as clown gender in their bios. If not, I will be so disappointed in them. I'm sure they won't let you down. Hey, wait, does that mean there are clown pronouns? I actually did come up with pronouns one time, but I never included them in the manifesto. What are they? Squeak, whim, whiz. Lamau. I guess I can see why they didn't make the cut. I think if I busted out those clown pronouns, people would really think I was taking a big gender piss. Plus, I think it would get fucking annoying if tons of people started referring to themselves as squeak and whimself and shit. There are certain decisions you can make with a clown ideology that are just plain irresponsible. Clearly, we've shown nothing but impeccable restraint by promoting Pranksis. Yeah, Pranksis is just telling everyone to do a bunch of hilarious crimes. It's fun. So if there are no clown pronouns, how do clown gender people refer to themselves? Literally, any pronouns are applicable. He, she, they. It's a wild card of gender, like pulling out the Joker card for that part of your identity. Oh yeah, makes sense. So if I recall, there's a gender triangle with 3 genders, male, female, and clown on each point. That's a bit simplistic. You're excluding non-binary from the spectrum. See, look. Oh, wow. Hussie, Hussie, Hussie. He did a big thing back in Homestuck with, the different relationships that trolls could get into. It's kind of giving me vibes of that. The pyramid is a gender continuum. The bottom horizontal axis is a spectrum ranging from male to female with a non-binary in the middle. That's all standard. You position yourself on this axis however you feel like, then moving up the y-axis takes you closer to clown gender. The higher you go, the less you resonate with the entire concept of gender at all, like you're transcending the entire conventional spectrum and seeing gender for the farcical social construct it really is. That's why it's clown gender, and embodies a whimsical attitude toward the whole deal. Any pronouns are fine. A true clown gender person wouldn't care what they are or called. They embrace all pronouns. Anyone at the peak of the pyramid is a full clown gender individual. After my stream today, I plan to come out as a clown gender. Oh, cool. You mean at the top of the pyramid? You mean way at the top of the pyramid? Yeah. It'll get the ball rolling on the idea. Then we could step back and let the discourse fly. But is it actually true that you identify that way? It's true enough. I mean, I came up with all this shit, didn't I? Wow. I'm so proud you're taking this big step. Lol, thank you. Oh my god, Abby. Facilitator Supreme. I'll have to think about where I fit in your pyramid. I don't think I'm clown. I'm too cis-womany for that. Yeah, you are. Take your time with it. Meditate deeply upon my clown gender continuum. One day a riotous will bless you with an answer. Who? Okay, riotous is something new. Oh god, I haven't even really gotten into the lore yet. There's so much fucking. There's so fucking much. There's so much fucking. He's a whimsical clown figure, the first Jubilite, who lived millions of years ago. He comes to me in these crazy dreams sometimes, which is where I got most of this from. I'll probably start getting into this stuff in a few weeks. This all sure is something. People will probably flip out about it. I can barely even imagine the discourse surrounding whatever the hell this even is. Like, a story? A religion? I'm sure it will be complete pandemonium. Deploying this material to the masses in its own way is a great form of pranksis, actually. It's like meta-pranksis. So, the introduction of pranksis to the world is also pranksis? Jesus. Already ready to start streaming? Alright, ready to start streaming? Here, you can work the camera. Okay. Later. Coffee time. House. You both carefully study the aftermath of your clown gender stream for the rest of the day. As expected, the discourse is popping off. Passionate discussion flares up, resulting in great many truly awful takes, whereas others begin enthusiastically plotting themselves around somewhere on your own clown gender pyramid. All the most dedicated Jubilites vibe with the material instantly and update their clown sonas accordingly. All in all, you consider it a very successful installment of your serialized manifesto, and you celebrate this with your friend in the customary manner. By continuing to loot her parents' supply of preposterously expensive wine. Abby, I have bad news. What? We ran out of wine that costs over $10,000. Oh no! Had to get this one off the fucking bargain shelf. It's only $8,000 according to the web. Guess we'll have to make do with this swill tonight. Unbelievable. Forced to live like common peasants. That's fine. We can rough it for a while. Until our pranksis ship comes in. Maybe we should debrief on all that tonight. Yeah. It's easy to lose track of our business objectives when everyone's in such a frenzy over clown gender. The reception to my gender pyramid couldn't possibly be better. The discourse is exquisite, much more satisfying than the discount piss wine for beggars. So, where are we with this? Are you still seducing my mom? Yeah, I'm in this close to getting her to want a divorce. Just needs another push or two. How are things going with your dad? Good. I've certainly been talking to him a lot more frequently than he has ever come to expect. Which has actually made pulling the strings a lot easier. He's so delighted to be hearing from me often. I think it's made him a lot more willing to believe the stuff I'm saying. Almost makes me feel kinda bad. Or bad kinda. Don't feel bad. Remember, these are bad people actually. Oh, I know. It's hard to forget that, since the role-playing I've been doing has been making me feel pretty gross. Role-playing? Yeah, I've gone really hard into the direction of acting like I've taken a sudden conservative turn in my beliefs. Lol. I mean, I still keep it believable. I still say I hate Trump and talk a lot of shit about Biden too, because he's obviously a rapist. He gets a kick out of it when I rant like that, because it wasn't even that long ago he hated Biden too, before he started giving him millions of dollars, I mean. Yeah, looks like he's got a new crush. Your dad, ex-Biden. Sounds like an especially torrid old man yowie fic. Ugh, no. But also, yeah, haha, pretty much. So, like, I just go on like that. I barely even talk about Bitcoin anymore. The approach is too ham-fisted. It just makes it obvious that I have some weird agenda after a while. Instead, I spend a lot of time trashing our fans, calling them like gullible socialist simps who hate America. Well, that is basically what they are. It just happens they're right to feel that way. Yeah, I just do a lot of sneering at their liberal bullshit, and if my experiences with the fans have really opened my eyes towards sensible conservative thinking. See, the trick is to just take all the shitty things he's ever said about politics and, like, repackage those statements in my own voice and say it all back to him. You'd think it would be suspicious, me suddenly flipping on a bunch of political shit we used to argue about, but I just know how he thinks. He loves hearing it, so he wants to believe it's true. Like it just confirms his biases, you know. He just assumes I'm growing up. dispensing with my childish political beliefs and becoming the responsible heiress he always wanted me to be. This is genius. You are literally the CEO of fucking Pranksis right now. I feel like a silly baby toying with your mother's heart. No, your angle is good, and God knows they need a divorce. You're helping them, actually. Yeah, they also have too much money, which turned them into shitheads. So if we're doing them a favor by taking it really... Oh, absolutely. I think I'm about to hit a wall, though. There are diminishing returns when it comes to email seduction. Like, she obviously doesn't suspect at all that this isn't the real guy she's talking to. It's just I start running out of ammo with the sexting shit. It gets repetitive and there's no way to up the ante, because it's not like I can call her. Maybe what you need is a voice actor to play his part. It can really be any dude who's willing to bullshit through a fake affair as a rich Republican donor. Even someone much younger, like one of our Sims maybe. It would have to be someone who wouldn't mind becoming deeply complicit in crypto fraud. That probably describes like half of our followers. What? Or maybe it could be someone who already is complicit, even if he doesn't know about it yet. Percy. You open your previous DM with Percy and pick up where you left off with your drunken conversation. Like barely a day has gone by. This time, you make sure your flirtation is considerably less hostile, which he appears to appreciate. He's more than appreciative, actually. His instincts as a devoted simp seem to be in overdrive now. Considering how much clout you've accumulated since you last spoke, he must feel quite special, given that he had a chance to speak with you when you only had a meager following of 1,000 people. This special feeling of elite, ground floor access to you is a factor you can easily work to your advantage. By now, you doubt there's much you could ask of him that he wouldn't leap at the opportunity to help you with. And, as a dedicated fan of your content, he should be more than thrilled to participate in a scheme which is such a quintessential act of praxis. You consider how many simps would kill for a chance to be in his shoes. Or, if not literally commit a murder, then at least be framed for one. You decide not to mention your troubles with the law just yet, let alone the fact that you arbitrarily decided to implicate him in the slaving of a police officer. That would really kill the mood. It could also overwhelm him, when you really need his wits as sharp as possible so he can play the role of a wealthy suitor to a middle-aged billionaire woman. After all, the flirtatious pleasantries are over. You and Abby retire to the living room as you continue walking him through the play. Percy! So, just to be clear, you are asking me to call your friend's mother and engage in various forms of amorous banter. Yeah, but Jesus, Percy. You're going to have to turn on the charm a little bit other than that. Okay, I believe I can do that. Remember a few weeks ago when you slid into my DMs and started hitting on me? Well, I'm not sure I was like... I mean, don't get me wrong, I think you're cool and... God damn it, Percy, you were a very thirsty boy that night. Don't fuck with me on this. I know an eager simp when I see one. Your move worked, didn't it? Here I am talking to you again, asking you to help us out with some super important mission critical shit. So, it's time to stop doubting yourself. You clearly have some killer Chad instincts or whatever, which even you don't fully grasp yet. Wow. So now I just need you to help the movement by channeling that sick Chad energy toward a rich woman who is extremely lonely and horny. I'll do my best, but aside from participating in a series of sexually charged conversations with this woman, I'm not sure what else to say exactly. I don't have the context for their previous interactions or know anything about the character I'm supposed to be playing. Don't worry about that. I'll send you copies of all the email chains. I can also send you all the info I have on this guy. He's just some rich douche who gives Republicans a lot of money. She's met the guy once or twice, but otherwise never encounters him, except for these fake emails I've been throwing at her. Yes, research material will be very helpful. Please send me everything you have. Oh. So I'm thinking he's probably, now that they're sending him all the info, he's gonna... You ever hear the phrase that three people can keep a secret if two of them are dead? So, maybe foreshadowing? Let's find out. Coffee time. Purse, this is fucking amazing of you. It takes some real balls to do this. I hope you know how much I appreciate it. Haha, it's no problem, really. It sounds fun, and I'm happy to help. Hey, maybe after you've made some progress with your mark, you can hop a ferry over here. I mean, for real this time. Sorry if it sounded like I was fucking with you about that last time. No, it's okay. Sure, I'd love to. All I'm saying is, life on the island gets kinda lonely, you know? The slut pat. Like, real lonely. The pandemic isn't helping much either. Feels like an eternity since I socialized, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, I do. It's been quite some time since I had any company outside of work, I mean. Just let me know when you'd like me to come. I'll be there. Do. Oh yeah, that cool purse gotta go by. Smoochy time. Whoosh. Abby, I don't think It's okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have. No, it's fine. I don't want to hurt your feelings. It just seems like a bad idea. I just got carried away. I know you're not into me that way. I'm sorry, it's not that, it's just... You don't have to apologize. You're straight. I get it. I know that. I'm just too pushy sometimes. No, it's not like I'm not even that straight. I don't think you really understand me. I'd like to. Abby, you're like the only person in the world I actually care about. And all that. Like, what we just almost did, for me that's not, I don't know. It's certainly not about affection. It's more like a weapon. Oh, that sounds sad. Look at what I was just doing with Percy. This guy probably doesn't really deserve any of this. You were just having some fun with him. And he likes it. It's so obvious that being able to help you out is like the best thing that ever happened to him. Abby, I fucking framed him for cop murder. Okay, yes, that was pretty bad. But you just panicked when talking to some cops. We can figure out how to deal with that. It wasn't like sending his photo was the result of some diabolical sexual con. You just fucked up, that's all. Yeah, but it only happened because that was the day I began messing with him. Look, all I'm saying is, I'm kind of fucked up about this subject. And no matter what happens, I don't want to feel like I'm using that particular weapon against you. Does that make sense? Totally. I have to piss. We really flew through the dollar store wine tonight, didn't we? Lol, yeah. Okay. Her sexual charms are a weapon and she needs to keep her safe from it? Is that kind of what I'm gathering there? Psychic damage. Influencer Z named person of interest in murder of Nantucket police officer. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The blue walls are closing in. Oh, that was a shorter one. It was only about 40 minutes. Maybe I'm getting better at it. End of chapter 3. Interlude 2. Uh-oh. Looks like the authorities are finally closing in. You knew this was coming, right? You've been sloppy, Jen. You set up a shoddy alibi, pinned to the shit on an innocent simp for some reason, and started babbling to a first responder about the witness protection program, for God's sake. Lol. We're not exactly dealing with a master criminal here, but I will say this much. We are dealing with a criminal who's got guts. And wherever there exist people with guts, there exist people who stand a chance. It took guts to dump that car in the Sound. It took guts to play it cool and start a kick-ass media empire out of the house of a highly visible internet celebrity. And it'll take even more guts to manage a brand with 1 million followers while you're a wanted felon making national headlines. So maybe it's time to put those guts to use. Maybe you're ready to make a real choice. You could always delete your account and pretend this never happened. That'd probably save you a ton of trouble. Or you could charge full steam ahead. Fuck the news, fuck the haters, and fuck the police. There isn't a force in heaven or earth that could slow your brand down now. So, what let it be, Jeanne? Can't stop. I'm gonna save first. Whoop. Whoop. Can't stop now. Bam. Haha, whoops. Okay, this is my fault. I knew damn well this wouldn't work. If I'm being totally honest, I just wanted to say hello again. To remind you I exist. To remind you what the stakes are. The facts have remained unchanged, though. The ability to make meaningful choices in the story are still only allowed to be unlocked by a true successor. And that still ain't you, but it does look like you're making some progress, so don't give up hope just yet. I'll check back on this. I'll check back in on you soon enough. Just keep doing whatever it is you're doing. And I think we both know what that's gonna be, lol, because you're a fighter, Jen. That's what I love about you. Bum, 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 bum. Chapter 4, A Symbol of Strength. Alright. So that's Chapter 3. We'll get into Chapter 4 next time, so yeah, kind of a short one. I don't know if the rest of them are going to be a little shorter, although it's 45 minutes instead of like an hour and a half or something, so I mean, how short really is that? Anyway, it's kind of ramping up. We'll have to kind of want to see how this all falls apart. That'll be interesting. Falls apart or falls together, as the case may be. It's interesting. So anyway, till next time, later.